Hello, it's Monday. I have to apologise because normally at 5 o'clock my video is out, and although I've been enjoying doing the videos and I edit them myself, I've got a problem on on the software I use, which is Final Cut Pro. It's about rendering. Now I'm a little bit lost. I've re-imported. It's not really working. So I'm doing this on my phone, and I'm just going to put this out so you've got something. However, I've got great news. Leslie Tower and I at Cashflow Freedom are and have employed a full-time videographer. So actually tomorrow morning, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, he's coming here. I'm doing a whole day of videoing. We're going to choose different subjects and we'll do that. So they should be much better than the ones that I've done. Although I know you love my chair and my flowers. So look, what am I going to talk about this week? A little bit about foundations. I'm not talking about foundations or a house, I'm talking about investing in a property. So when you go to view properties, a lot of people do make classic mistakes. What's that? They don't know what they're looking at, and that absolutely shocks me every single time. And if you really want to know, I'm actually I'm writing some material to help people on their viewings to understand classic things which they really should understand. But when you're going in, you know, when is damp an issue? When is it not an issue? So, look, I went to see a property a long time ago. I walked in, but straight away I saw that whoever had that property, they had drywall, they put plasterboard all over it from the first floor to the second floor, and they covered it up. Now I saw that, and I also saw that damp was coming through the middle of the floor in the middle of the room. So there's a huge problem, and very rare occasion I did not offer on that house because I didn't want all that hassle. It's a big job to do. But there was another gentleman who was another investor walking around at the same time, and I did chat to him, and he looked, he offered, he bought it for cash. But I can tell you, within 2 to 3 months after he bought it, he put it back on the market for the same price. Now imagine if he had just invested a little bit of time and money in his education, he would have saved a lot of heartache. And imagine that he might have got a little bit of ear bashing from his family and friends after making such a mistake, because he was going to lose thousands of pounds, no doubt, because you've got stamp duty, you've got solicitors fees, survey fees, and then estate agent fees to sell it again. So he lost out on that deal. So the foundations are really important for you to understand what you're looking at. But what I'm really talking about is when you get a property, you need to have a chronological order of how to do things. And this is where it gets a little bit more specialized. So you might think, oh yes, we do this, do that, do this. I can tell you, you've got to be careful, because this is where it gets costly. If you don't do it in the right sequence that it needs to be done, then you are going to lose money. And when I talk about sequence, let's take the plasterer. So you would have a builder come round and you would say, can you give me a quote for the build, and, you know, for the plastering? And let's say you're having the whole house plastered, including ceilings. And let's say, you know, let's say a 2-bedroom house. And not just are you asking for a cost, but most importantly, you're going to say, how long will it take? Wrong question. Why? You ask. But this is the point. Wrong question, because how long will it take? He's going to give you the answer. Let's say it takes a week to do every room and the ceiling. Probably take, I don't know, 5 days to do a 2-bedroom house. Let's say 3-bedroom. Let's say it's a week. But you're thinking now, okay, so Trevor said you've got to have a nice chronological order to get things done. So a week to do plastering. As soon as a week's done, I'll get the next people in to do their work. What you need to ask is, how long does it take to do it? And how long until it's dried off so I can start working in that property? At this time of year, around in the winter, it's going to take a lot longer. It's going to take 10 days, 2 weeks, maybe more. I've seen it 3 weeks sometimes. And what you mustn't do is put heaters in there to dry it out, because then you're going to get cracking and webbing, and you're just not doing a good job. All right, that's going to cost you more all over again. So you must listen and think, okay, there is a time that I need to leave it to dry out. You put dehumidifiers in there to take moisture out. You don't put heaters in there to dry it out because you've got trouble. So these are some of the things that you've got to know. In the summer, actually this last summer when I was having plastering done, it was quite the opposite, okay? They were going off within a day or two. The plasterer was putting more water into the mix because they were drying off so quickly, okay? So, you know, there we were actually spraying the next day to dampen it so it had time and so it wouldn't retract so much, but because it had a bit more moisture. So, but the thing is, that's one part of it. Then you need to think which other tradesmen need to be in at the same time the plasterer. Which tradesman doesn't want anyone around them because they've got to get on with their work, and anyone else in that house or flat is going to be a hindrance. So this is the planning stage where you've got to understand it to a really, you know, finite degree really, because this is where it's going to save you money and time, cost. And let's suppose you've got all the tradesmen in one day. You're paying for them to stand around. They won't even like that. So they're going to go off and do some little jobs and something, and then your project will get behind because no one really knows what they're doing. So this comes with a much more, very simple, but a plan that will help you. Now, I have to say, look, Leslie Tao and I in Cash Flow Freedom are doing a lot of training, and that's something that we really enjoyed to do. On the side that I do on Cash Flow Freedom, which is the buy, refurb, refinance and options, very much if people are coming into the buy, refurb, refinance, we do not want them to go into debt. So unless you have funds to invest in property, we are not for you on that side, because what we want you to do is we want you to be able to take the knowledge and go in and buy the property. Now once you're doing that and you've got a track record, that's when the options and the assisted sales kicks in, and that's really going to accelerate your journey. But what we don't want is people jumping on a dream and then learning the strategy and not being able to do it. You must have some funds or a joint venture partner who's going to jump in with you. Very much Lacey Tout, she does the rent-to-rent in HMOs and the rent-to-rent service accommodation. We have people coming on our program now where very much they go across to Leslie. They are making quick cash flow. When I say quick cash flow, it takes investment of money though, and time, and you've got to have the time to oversee it. But sometimes you're getting, you know, within a month, you're getting £1,000-2,000 a month coming in. If you want to know about these strategies or this training, please email me. I'll put it at the bottom. Email me and we will send you more deals about it, and then we'll have a chat and see more details about it, and we'll have a chat and see if it's for you and that you are for us. All right, look, it's something we have a passion that we want to obviously grow our business, but we want to do it the right way to give you the very, very best in what you're doing. And if you do it well, then you can make a future for yourself where it's going to be really, really good. So look, I hope that you enjoyed this very short talk about building foundations, about doing it the right way, and it will help you on your journey. And like I say, if you want more information, drop me an email, set up a call, send me some information. My next training is coming up on the 16th to the 18th of January 2020. If you want to know more about it, I look forward to hearing from you. Have a wonderful week. Next Monday I'll be on. Hopefully it won't even be me, it'll be our videographer. So you should see it so much better than what I can do. I've enjoyed it. It's been a bit of a distraction for me to take away from, you know, the property stuff that I do. But the videographer is going to be much better than me. Listen, have a wonderful week. Take care. God bless.